Your English grammar teacher, so beware of how you use the words, the phrases, and mind your language throughout the meeting. I'm a bit worried today because not only do I have my students in the class, but I also have some inspectors, like our area director. I hope she doesn't rap me on my knuckles when I finish my report and tell me where I've gone wrong. But then I have an evaluator too. So there we go. The word for the day, children, is gamut. Gamut. It means the full range. And just give you an example of the usage of this word gamut. Our president's introduction or her last speech, Anupama Shetty's speech, was a display of dramatic emotions, the full gamut of emotions from grief to gaiety. So that's what gamut is for, the full range. That's what it means. The proverb for today, it's customary in Milagris Toastmasters to give you a proverb for use as well. So it's something that I found very recently, usage by somebody called Anna Degnes. Ella Degnes, who's a modern writer in English. And the one I found very enticing, the proverb is, give me a tortilla that can support the weight of guacamole. Tortilla chip which can support the weight of guacamole. It may sound like Greek Latin, but this is actually Mexican. Tortilla, T-O-T-I-L-L-A, is actually pronounced as tortilla in Mexican language. And it is a thin, round, unleavened bread made from corn flour, which is baked either on a iron plate or on earthenware. So you bake it. It's almost like our papad, appalam. It's almost like that. It's called tortilla, a very famous kind of serving in Spanish and Mexican food. The other one is guacamole. Guacamole is a dip made of ground avocado, in which you have seasonings of onion and various other kinds of seasoning. It's a dip. So the real reason for having this proverb, sorry to be so long-winded, is for you to understand how it comes about. Now you see, tortilla is very light, okay, and then you have guacamole on top of it, and it's served as a side dish. Some people use it even as a main dish, and then you have bread and soup on the side. So a tortilla should always be able to afford a guacamole weight of a guacamole. But sometimes, if guacamole is very heavy, the tortilla chip can bake. So it is just the usage, I'll tell you, is, for example, I don't want any wafer-thin mobiles. I don't want any wafer-thin mobile. Just give me a tortilla chip which can support a guacamole. It means be practical. In the end, at the long and short of it is be practical. So you may say, be practical. Don't give us this long-winded tortilla and guacamole chip. You can say that to me and wrap me on my knuckles. So there you are. The word for the day is gamut, and the proverb is tortilla on a guacamole. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator. General Evaluator, I would like to say that the word for the day, that is gamut, was used by Juliana, Amita, Mahima, and Charlene. I would just like to point out that other than Juliana, the word gamut should always be prefixed with either the full gamut or there was a gamut or could say way. So that's okay. Where there's a wish, there's a way. Could do anything, could do anything on stage but speak. Very good usage. Never looked back. 2 years down the lane, someone said. It is usually down the line, but it is Toastmasters certificate you have as a Toastmaster to say what you want. So 2 years down the lane is perhaps okay. Someone said second time, third time, you could have better used it, you would have been second lap, third lap in a race. Not second round, third round, but second lap, third lap. Surfing through the internet, surfing the internet. You surf the waters, you surf the internet. So there you are. There were some wrong pronunciations, which I think we have to see on stressing on the second syllable. Is a standard rule in pronunciation to stress on the second syllable. Some of the common errors that we make with English not being our mother tongue is to say encouraging. It's encouraging, encouraging. Similarly, not develop. It becomes develop, va. The teeth go in front of the lower lip and you say va. So you say develop but not develop, because then it almost sounds like dollop. So one has to be careful in using, not that we should speak like Englishmen. Dialogue, again, is pronounced wrongly, dialogue. It's a dialogue, dialogue. So I think we must practice this. Whenever we have words like this, a couple of seconds of practice will put you on the right path. Opportunity was pronounced very nicely today, properly, by whoever did it. Opportunity. The other standard rule is not to use abbreviations when you speak. Not to use abbreviations when you speak. Abbreviations are for the written word or for the typed word. So, for example, NLP, you say neuro-linguistic programming. Okay, neuro-linguistic programming. So not NLP. Abbreviations should be used. Similarly, the word PU, actually PU just means past urine, actually, to tell you the truth. So you cannot say when I was in my PU, when I was doing PU. Say either pre-university or post-school or school qualification exam or matriculation exam. Very common uses in South Canada, particularly, because in Delhi we say higher secondary. So it sounds okay, but when we say PU, I think we should desist from using this particular abbreviation. You could say pre-university, that's all right. So again, another rule, not to use abbreviations when you speak. Now, there's a lot more. I've noted it still hurts today. It still hurts to date. It still hurts today. And also is a very common usage, because and also mean the same. So either use as also or use as and. Don't use both, and also. S is a lot of times pronounced wrongly. You cannot say, for example, for the word prize, P-R-I-Z-E, price, but sometimes pronounced as price, which is the cost. So I think Z, when it comes, one has to practice to pronounce it properly. As you know, in all speeches, the marks for grammar are very little, very few. But what makes good grammar is good pronunciation, good usage. And when you hear someone speaking, if the grammar is good, it has got an overall impact on that, how a person or a listener perceives the speech. So that's the importance of grammar, not the accent, but the usage and the pronunciation. That's what's important. And one should get that. And the phrase for the day, or the proverb, was obviously not it wasn't enough for a tortilla to carry the weight of the guacamole. I think it was rather difficult, so only our principal used it, others didn't use it. I'm sorry, it certainly wasn't a tortilla which could take the weight of the guacamole. Thank you very much. I come to the end of my report. Thanks for the opportunity.